Hey everybody, so I've been away a while. As you know, if you watched my last video, I had to travel for work and then I went and saw my parents and spent a good amount of time there. And while I was gone, the book mail exploded. I mean, exploded. So it's really exciting to have all this book mail here. A little stressful, but today I thought I would share with you again, me opening my book mail. Have no idea what came, have no idea what we're gonna look at, but it's super exciting to see what books have been sent my way. Let's get started. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog, and boy do I have to speak fast today because today it's all about the book mail. I hope you are well, I hope you're healthy, I hope you're happy, I hope you're safe, and of course I hope you're reading an amazing book or two or three or four. I did go to Oregon and see my family. I did get to Powell's. I will share with you the books that I bought while I was there in a later video. And but when I came back, my husband texted me. He's like, "You are getting a lot of books." And I'm like, "You're kidding. You're joking." He was not joking. So today I thought, since I've done this before and you all seem to like it, let's see what books have come in the mail, what books have been sent my way. So as always, I'm here to make your TBR explode. So get out your pen, get out your paper, get out your Goodreads, however you keep track of your TBR. If you are so able, please get these books from your local independent bookstore. Remember, I am doing this completely blind with no practice. I will do my best to give you dates and publishers, pronounce names and titles, but we are flying by the seat of our pants here on Ink and Paper Blog today, so let's get started. Now I'm starting with the easy ones to open, and hopefully nothing falls all over me. I'm really scared of that because there is a huge stack, as you probably saw from the thumbnail. But the first book, oh, how beautiful is this cover. I love avant-garde art. The first book is Hangman by Maya Binyam, and this is out from FSG, and they're usually good. Yeah, it comes out on August 8th, 2023. Let's just take a moment here. And let's see what it says. An exile boards a plane in search of his dying brother. When he arrives, he finds that he doesn't recognize the country or anyone in it. His journey will cost him his passport, his savings, his luggage, his heart, his speech, and his will. Hangman is an enthralling first novel about retribution, dysphoria, and the impossibility of Black refuge in America and beyond. This book sounds horrifying, and I cannot wait to dive in. I think that being sort of misplaced and not knowing all of that stuff sounds so frightening to me. So again, that's Hangman by Maya Binyam, and this is out from FSG on August 8th, 2023. And let's take some major respect for that cover. I really love it. Okay, this is gonna be quite an ordeal here. Oh, every time I touch it, I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't fall, please don't fall. And some of these are a little bit harder to open than others. Oh, I got a book of poetry. That's new for me. This is The Lights by Ben Lerner. This is also out from FSG on September 5th, 2023. From the author of 1004 and the Topeka School, The Lights is a constellation of verse and prose, voicemails and vignettes, songs and felt silences that bring the personal and the collective into startling relation. What did I read by Ben Lerner? You know what? Let's look and see if I can find his book list. Oh, I read the Topeka School. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what his poetry is like. I don't know anything about it, so super exciting. So that's The Lights by Ben Lerner, and this is out from FSG. Comes out September 5th of 2023. Okay, I have a feeling that this one is also going to be FSG because they're all in the same package. FSG spoils me rotten with books. Yep, it's FSG. They are so kind to me, and oh, this one I'm really excited for. This is Witness by Jamel Brinkley. This is out on August 1st, 2023. This is a collection of short stories. Now, Jamel Brinkley wrote A Lucky Man, which was shortlisted for the National Book Award a few years ago. I loved that collection. I thought it was fantastic. I believe that was his debut collection. So I'm really excited to see what he has to tell us next in his stories. Let's see if it gives us any sort of insight on what we're looking for here. What does it mean to take action, to bear witness? What does it cost? I think that's enough, don't you? So a fantastic new short story collection by Jamel Brinkley. This is out from FSG on August 1st, 2023. Okay. So let's see what's next. We're going to a different type of packaging here, and we'll see what's inside this one. Oh, we're going for a little fantasy. This is the Jasad Heir by Sara Hashem. And I apologize if I said any of those wrong. It says A Queen Rises. It's available in July of 2023, out from Orbitz. You know, Orbitz has sent me a lot of fantasy lately, and everything that I've read, I have absolutely loved. So it says, get ready for an unmissable tale of shattered kingdoms, forbidden magic, and cunning royals in this Egyptian-inspired epic fantasy debut. At 10 years old, the heir of Jasad fled a massacre that consumed her entire family. At 15, she buried her first body. At 20, she carefully crafted lies. At 20, her carefully crafted lies are starting to crumble. That sounds really good. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I get so lull and excited about a book, I try to read it while I'm filming a video. So let's not do that. Okay, let's see what's next. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. It's so exciting for me when I get book mail, and I love opening it with you. My husband doesn't really care what book mail I got because he just constantly reminds me I don't have enough space for all the books. And it's back to Orbit with another fantasy book by R.J. Baker. This is Gods of the Wyrdwood. I'm sorry, I was having a minute there with all of this beautiful. This comes out in June of 2023. This says, ours is a land of many gods, and we are the people with the ability to pick the worst of them. Kanandunari is known as the Forester, a man who can navigate the dangerous wood edge like no one else. But once he was more. Once he belonged to the god of fire. Udini serves the goddess of the lost, a keeper of small and helpless. When Udini needs to venture into woodage to find a lost child, she asks Canaan to be her guide. But in a land where territory is won and lost from uncaring gods, where the woods are teeming with monsters, Gahan will need to choose the forest or the fire, and his choice will have consequences for his entire world. Oh, that sounds really good. So this comes out on June 27th, 2023. That's R.J. Barker's Gods of the Wyrdwood, out from Orbit. Yeah, gosh, Orbit is killing it on the fantasy books lately. Okay, I'm going to need another pile. I'm going to drop these things everywhere. This will not be one where I lift them up at the end, people. There's too much going on here. We're going to go to Flatiron books and Pieces of Blue by Holly Goldberg Sloan. Oh, I remember reading about this book. It says, let's see. Oh, I'm going to go inside, I think. Okay. When Paul Hill drowns in a surfing accident, he leaves his wife, Lindsay, and their 3 children with broken hearts and a mountain of debt. Okay, this is already making me a little bit teary. Once Paul's life insurance finally comes through, Lindsay impulsively uses the money to buy a charming, ramshackled motel in Hawaii, hoping for a fresh start. Teenage Olivia quickly develops a crush on a handsome but monosyllabic skateboarder. 12-year-old Carlos reinvents himself as a popular kid named Carl, and Sina, the youngest, will do whatever it takes to protect her beloved motel chickens. But while the kids adjust, Lindsay is flailing, trying to pretend she knows how to bring a motel and herself back to life. Oh, this sounds like it's going to break my heart, but I have a feeling it will have a happy ending. Let's hope so. I want this family to be able to get over their tragedy and become the people that they want to be. You never really get over the loss of a loved one, but you learn how to move on and be yourself. So that's Pieces of Blue by Holly Goldberg Sloan. This comes out from Flatiron Books in May. Let me see if I have an exact date here. May 2023. So I don't have an exact date, but that's right around the corner, y'all, if you can believe that. Okay. This is such an interesting package because it's like a little handwritten, which is so abnormal for books that come my way. Always makes me so excited. Every time I open one, I'm like, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? So, oh, this one's beautiful. I don't know anything about this book, and I don't know. This is from the Carrier Company. Let me see what the publisher's name is. I do not. Brenner Books. I don't know this at all. This is The Fruit You'll Never See by Gail, Brenner, Nastasia. And this is, I think this is out already because this, let me see. There's a piece of paper in here. It looks like this is a new novel by a book publicist. And yeah, let me see if I can get a date for you when it's going to come out. It may already be out. Oh, it comes out on May 2nd, which again is right around the corner. Oh, so surprise. Let's see what this one's about. It says, growing up in Gloucester, Massachusetts, a quaint coastal town with a dark underbelly, Gail, Brenner, and Nastasia learned early on that some people mattered and others didn't. As the child of a heroin addict mother and an aunt who brokered deals with men who liked to have sex with young girls, Gail was sure she didn't matter. As a result of keeping her secrets and those of her family, she developed a cunning and merciless pill addiction. Despite moving away from Gloucester in her early 20s and becoming an attorney, Gail continued to use drugs while carrying the shame of her childhood. It wasn't until she began to appreciate the value of her criminally charged clients, those with whom she shared similar struggles, that she was able to recognize her own worth. This new understanding gave her the courage to put down the drugs, fully embrace her history, and stop hiding. A candid look at things we inherit, the fruit you'll never see, reminds us of the value intrinsic in every human being and the responsibility we all have in each other and ourselves. So I'm not quite clear if this is a memoir or if this is fiction, but that's The Fruit You'll Never See by Gail, Brenner, Nastasia. And I think this is out, coming out on May 2nd. That's what we found. Okay. Gosh, I do love being surprised by books, so it's kind of fun. Oh, this is a final copy of something, and I don't know that this is going to open for me super easy, so I apologize for the sound you're about to hear. This is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, her first non-fantasy, I believe, novel. If I can, goodness gracious, they sure wrapped this thing up. I'm using all my strength here to get it out. And I love that it's in this beautiful yellow bag. I have already hauled this book once, but this is a beautiful finished copy that came to me. And I believe, so this is about the story of two writers that go to school together, sort of the up-and-coming writers. One is, let's see, things are falling behind me. I told you that was going to happen. June Ward and Athena Liu were supposed to be twin rising stars, but Athena is a literary darling. June Hayward is literary nobody who wants stories about basic white girls. So when June witnesses Athena's death in a freak accident, she acts on impulse. She steals Athena's just-finished masterpiece, an experimental novel about the unsung contribution of Chinese laborers during World War I. And so what if June edits Athena's novel and sends it in to her agent as her own work? That's not going to end well, right? Everything's going to come crashing down. So it's about taking over and assuming the work of another person who is, I won't say more talented, but clearly getting recognition that you want. So that's Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is out from William Morrow Books, and it comes out very soon. Let me see if I have an exact date on, May 16th. So thank you very much for this beautiful finished copy, Morrow Books. Very excited about that one. Okay, now we're getting to the three where I don't know how they open. They like to send me these packages that look like this, and I'll be honest with you, they're very difficult to open, and I always have to make a lot of noise when I do it, so I apologize right away. Oh, this is from HarperCollins. Oh, I'm really excited about this book. This is Hula by Jasmin, Iolani, Hakes, and I'm sorry, Hakes, and this is out from HarperVia. I just saw this in the bookstore, so I know that this one is out right now. This is about Heir is proud to be Napaka, a family renowned for its contributions to Hula and her hometown of Hilo, Hawaii. But there's a lot she doesn't understand. She never met her legendary grandmother, and her mother has never revealed the identity of her father. Worse, unspoken divides within her tight-knit community have started to grow, creating fractures whose origins are somehow entangled with her own family history. In Hula, Heir sees a chance to live up to her name and solidify her presence within her family. But in order to win the next Miss Aloha Hula competition, she will have to turn her back on everything she has ever been taught and maybe even lose the very thing she was fighting for. That sounds fantastic. I wanted to read this one so bad. I'm so excited it came in the mail. I also have this one on audio from Libroform. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. And I know it's out now because I saw it in the bookstore. So that's Hula by Jasmin, Iolani. I think that's an L. I apologize. That may be Iolani. I'm sorry, Jasmin. Iolani Hakes. And again, out from HarperVia. I thought it was a lowercase L. I think I was wrong. I think I was wrong. Oh, this one's heavy too. This one's a little easier to open though. It has a pull tab that just broke. So of course it wants to make it more difficult on me. Oh, let's see if I can get this done. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is, oh, there's 2 books in this package, people. 2 books. The first one is Lesbian Love Story, a memoir in archives by Amelia Posenza. And I am sorry, Amelia. I am so butchering your name. Out from Catapult. How beautiful is this cover? Do you think the title speaks for itself? So when Amelia moved to Brooklyn to build a life of her own, she found herself surrounded by queer stories. She read them on landmark place cards, overheard them on the pool deck when she joined the world's largest LGBTQ swim team, and even watched them on TV in her cockroach-infested apartment. These stories inspired her to seek out lesbians throughout history who could become her role models in romance and life. Centered around 7 love stories from the ages, Lesbian Love Stories is Amelia's journey into the archives to recover the personal histories of lesbians in the 20th century. I am obsessed already, and I don't even know who's going to be in this book. Okay, how exciting is that? So, like, this is a memoir, but also a historical look at lesbian love stories through history. This is something we needed. Why hasn't this been done before? So that's Lesbian Love Story, a memoir in archives by Amelia Posenza. I'm sorry, Amelia. And this is out from Catapult. Let's see if there's no paper in here, so I'm going to say it's probably out now or out very, very soon. Okay. Next in the list, a very cool cover, is Notes on Her Color by Jennifer Neal. This is a novel. This one does have a paper. Let me see when this one is coming out. Oh, I think this one just came out as well. Let's see what this one is. Gabriella has always had a complicated relationship with her mother, Tallulah, one marked by intimacy and resilience in the face of volatile patriarch. Everything in their home has been bleached a cold white, from the cupboards filled with sheets and crockery to the food and spices Tallulah cooks with. Even Gabriella, who inherited the ability to change the color of her skin from her mother, is told to pass into white if she doesn't want to upset her father. But this vital mother-daughter bond implodes when Tallulah is hospitalized for a mental health crisis. Separated from her mother for the first time in her life, Gabriella must learn to control the temperamental shifts in her color on her own. Okay, and then meanwhile, Gabriella is spending a year after high school focusing on her piano lessons, an extracurricular her father is sure will make her a more appealing candidate for pre-med programs. Her instructor, a queer, dark-skinned woman named Dominique, seems to encapsulate everything Gabriella is missing in her life: creativity, confidence, and perhaps most importantly, a nurturing sense of love. So 1, I think this cover is absolutely gorgeous. 2, I think this book sounds so interesting. So that's Notes on Her Color by Jennifer Neal, out from Catapult Books. Okay, see, this video is going to be fairly long, people. I have a ton of stuff here, and now I'm into another one of these packages that it takes me like 10 minutes to figure out how to open, so I'm so sorry about that. I try to keep these things real, right? My videos are all about being real, and here we go. Let's move on to The Lost Wife by Susanna Moore. This is out from Knopf, so thank you very much, Knopf. Let's see, I don't have a piece of paper in here. I think it just came out because it is a hard copy or is coming out very soon. In the summer of 1855, Sarah Brinton abandons her husband and child to make the long and difficult journey from Rhode Island to the Minnesota Territory, where she plans to reunite with a childhood friend. When she arrives at a small frontier post on the edge of the prairie without family or friends and with no prospect of work or money, she quickly remarries and has 2 children. Anticipating unease and hardships in the Indian Agency, where her husband, Dr. John Brinton, is the new resident physician, Sarah instead finds acceptance and kinship among the Sioux women at a nearby reservation. The Sioux tribes, however, are wary of the white settlers and resent the rampant theft of their land, promise payment by the federal government that are never made, and starvation and disease soon to begin to decimate their community. Tragically and inevitably, this leads to the Sioux Uprising of 1862. During the conflict, Sarah and her children are abducted by the Sioux, who protect her, but because she sympathizes with her captors, Sarah becomes an outcast to the white settlers. In the end, she is lost to both worlds. Intimate and raw, The Lost Wife is a brilliant, subversive tale of the conquest of the American West. That sounds really good. And about part of history that I don't know a ton about. So that sounds fantastic. So that's The Lost Wife by Susanna Moore, out from Knopf. Okay. I do only have a few left. I'm trying to make this video short, but it is going to be a little bit long because there's so much mail, y'all. This one is also a book that's out, and it is not playing nice with me. It does not want to open. Why doesn't it want to open? You get to see me struggle. See, normally I do this off camera, so you don't have to see all of it. Oh, yes, this book is so... Yeah, I read about this one. So, and it's a chunkster, and that's Mark Lawrence's The Book That Wouldn't Burn, out from Ace. And this one sounds... This is also sort of like a sci-fi fantasy. Comes out on May 9th. Two strangers find themselves connected by a vast and mysterious library containing many wonders and still more secrets, in this powerfully moving first book in a new series from the international best-selling author. The boy has lived his whole life trapped within a book-choked chamber, older than the empires and larger than cities. The girl has spent hers in a tiny settlement out on the dust, where nightmares stalk and no one goes. The world has never even noticed them. That's about to change. Their stories spiral around each other across world and times. This is a tale of truth and lies and hearts and the burning of one into another. The journey on which knowledge erodes certainty, and on which, through the pen maybe mightier than the sword, blood will be spilled and cities burned. That sounds fantastic. So lots of really good fantasy in this stack too, huh? So Mark Lawrence's The Book That Wouldn't Burn, out from Ace. And I think this is out now. I think you can get your hands on it as we speak. Okay. 3 more. We're almost done. We're in the long stretch. I know this is a long video, so I appreciate you sticking around. And, oh, I love the cover here. This is Counterweight by Juna? I'm saying that wrong. This comes out, oh, this is translated by Anton Heir, and it is from Pantheon, and I believe this comes out in July 2023. And I wish there was a help a little bit with the pronunciation of this Korean name, D-J-U-N-A. It's the Korean conglomerate LK is constructing an elevator into Earth's orbit on the island of Patsuan, gradually turning this one-time tropical resort town into a teeming travel hub, a gateway to and from our planet. Up in space, holding the elevator's spider cable taunt, is a mass of space junk known as the Counterweight. And stashed within that junk is a trove of crucial data, a memory fragment left by LK's former CEO, the control of which will determine the company's and humanity's future. Oh, okay, that sounds fantastic. Counterweight by Juna, translated by Anton Heir, who is a fantastic translator, and I apologize, Anton, that I'm not doing better. Didn't get to practice, just open and went with it. This comes out in July of 2023 from Pantheon Books. So there you go. Anton's been putting out a lot of stuff lately, and he is deserving of all the praise. I think, wasn't he shortlisted for the, was it the National Book Award for fiction? For translated fiction last year? I think he was. Okay, so this one is The English Experience, a novel by Julie Schumacher. This is out from Doubleday. It comes out in August of 2023. I just love this cover for some reason. It just puts a smile on my face. It says here, chronicling the beleaguered Professor Fitger as he chaperones Payne University's annual experience abroad to London and beyond with 11 undergrads in tow. Among his charges are a claustrophobe with a juvenile detention record, a student who erroneously believes he is headed for the Caribbean, and a pair of unreconciled lovers, a set of undifferentiated twins, and one young woman who has never been away from her cat before. Through a sea of troubles, personal, institutional, and international, the gimlet-eyed, acid-tongued Fitger strives to navigate safe passage for all concerned, revealing much about the essential need for human connection and sometimes surprising place at which it's found. So that sounds fun. I already laughed from the back. So that's The English Experience by Julia Schumacher. This is, she wrote Dear Committee Members. Do you remember that book? This is out from Doubleday, and it comes out in August of 2023. Okay, so last but not least is this big box, okay? This book comes out on May 2nd. It says so on the side of the book. I should have grabbed something to get into this tape here, so I didn't, so you're going to have to hear it scratch. There you go. See, that's not bad. I will say every once in a while, Penguin sends me something in a big box like this, and it's a little bit of a waste of space because the book is so small, but How beautiful is this? Bread and How to Eat It by Rick Easton and with Melissa McCart. How beautiful is this from Knopf? Oh my goodness gracious, it is beautiful. It is all about bread, and it has recipes in it, and it has stories on how to eat bread. And I'm just gonna take a moment. Oh, it has stuffed peppers. It has all sorts of recipes in here, and everything looks delicious. I'm getting hungry. Let's see what I can show you one. Oh, like, just see how beautiful this picture is. And this is a recipe for chicken cutlets, which you would use breadcrumbs for. This book is so beautiful. I'm enamored with Bread and How to Eat It by Rick Easton with Melissa McCart. And this is out from Knopf. How beautiful is this? Okay, as I said, I'm not going to lift all these books because that would be impossible, and it's already a 25-minute video because there was an amazing stack of books here. But as always, if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much. I could not do this without you. If you are new to my channel, hopefully you like me opening packages of books, because that's what I did today, and hopefully every single one of them wound up on your TBR. As always, I encourage you to shop locally, read globally, and until next time, I wish you happy reading. Have a good day, everyone.